In this video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into co-sponsored revenue share, one of the foundational building blocks of building a legacy at Real, and a great way to connect with culture and a support system that is unmatched in the entire ecosystem. My name is Sharan Srivatsan. I serve as the president of Real, and I'm going to dig into a quick example and give you the high level of understanding co-sponsored revenue share, what it actually means, how it works, how the math works, and how you can benefit from it, not just today, but for years to come, so that you have an evergreen opportunity of creating an amazing revenue share organization at Real while helping Real grow, while also creating an amazing legacy for yourself. So let's dig in while I break down for you co-sponsored revenue share. Before I talk about co-sponsored revenue share, there's a key thing that we need to talk about, which is most companies like us have to choose between growth and culture. And several companies have chosen growth. And when you just choose growth and eliminate culture, what happens is you get the silo effect. And the silo effect essentially says, hey, here is what they call a downline. Here is another downline. Here is another downline. And here is a new downline that started. And here is another downline. And the issue with that is you get the silo effect where none of these downlines actually talk to each other. And I personally don't even like the word downline because nobody wakes up in the morning and wants to join a downline. They want to join a company. They want to join a community. They want to join a network and an ecosystem. And so when you choose growth over culture, you get the silo effect. And the power of the network is not truly presented to us. It is not an unfair advantage. In fact, it is captured and fractured in each of these individual silos. And for some reason, if the root of that silo stops being a part of that providing value, that entire silo falls apart. The single point of failure is very, very high. And so we at Real have taken a very, very serious stance at not making this an or. We can't do growth versus culture. We have to make this an and. We need to be able to grow so that we can be great partners, and we need to have great culture. And that's why this is really important. So let me explain what that means overall. The idea is to multiply your support system to have great culture behind it. So if I were an agent, let's say in Beverly Hills, California, and let's say I went and I was a part of this office somewhere in a brokerage firm, and suddenly that office manager retired, or the office manager went somewhere else, or the office manager chose to start selling real estate. Suddenly that I've lost that environment. Even though that company may have several branches and a big network, I've lost the power of that network because I'm so siloed into that office. Same with the single party downlines. And the co-sponsored revenue share allows for the multiplication of a support system, which is insanely powerful. So the two things I want to talk about is the multiplication of a support system and an evergreen opportunity. The evergreen opportunity, I'll dig into a second. A lot of folks think that you only can benefit from the network model if you are early on in the chain. It's actually not true if you do it right, and the co-sponsored revenue share allows you to do that. So let me talk about the support system and multiplying a support system. Let's say I talk to my sponsor, Jack, and Jack says, Sharan, I'd love for you to join us at Real. So Sharan joins us at Real. But then at the same time, maybe I don't know this, but Jenny and Amanda are talking to my partner Tamir, right? And they say, hey Tamir, love for you to join Real. But Tamir now is like, I love Jenny and Amanda. How do I only choose one sponsor? So what this does is it allows for Jenny and Amanda to sponsor Tamir together. And in this case, Tamir has a multi-pronged support system. That's really, really powerful because this now establishes and creates a much bigger network effect to do wonderful things, right? Then Tamir and Sharan realize that, oh my gosh, we have a great affinity group. We have a lot of overlap in our network. Let's go together and recruit Michelle, right? and attract Michelle. So Michelle comes on. Now Tamir and Sharon are joint sponsors of Michelle. This is significantly more powerful because now it creates a network. It creates a powerful situation. Now imagine if Jack and Jenny connected and they brought on Bob. Now all the support systems are connected. All the support systems are multiplied. In this case, it dramatically impacts so many people, right? So Michelle, in this case, you now see a support system, but how does it become an evergreen opportunity? Well, Michelle says, hey, if Amanda and I can connect, we can go attract a whole different subset of people. So Michelle and Amanda connect, and they go build an entire network here. So even though Amanda joined much before Michelle, it creates an evergreen opportunity for Michelle overall, which is insanely powerful. There are other cool ideas where you can extend your tiers past 5 tiers. We call it the tier extender. But what this does is it creates an insane support system network that is unimaginable in a single downline network. And that goes to the heart of us saying and for growth and culture, not and or. This is the power of co-sponsored revenue share, where you have two parties that can actually sponsor one person. Two parties that can say, hey, we've got Jenny and Amanda sponsoring Tamir, which you could not have any other way. Now, Tamir benefits from that, Jenny and Amanda benefit from that, and all the other networks that are connected to them benefit from that, bringing and multiplying support systems and also making this an evergreen opportunity. Now, let's actually bring this example to life, right? So normally what would happen in this case is you would see a separate tree structure there and a separate tree structure there. And now Lucy is going to have to choose who she actually works with. And because of this actually further fragments and silos the networks, which we know the power of the network is our unfair advantage in this picture. So what if Kevin and Fiona, in this case, what if both of them sponsored Lucy? Now Lucy has access to not just Kevin and Fiona, but the entire networks of Kevin and Fiona, which we call multiplying a support system. But in this case, what happens is Kevin and Fiona are their tier 1, right? Jack and Elaine are tier 2. Dorothy and Ian are tier 3. Claire and Harold are tier 4. And Bonnie and Gary are tier 5. Well, Amber's doesn't get access to this right away. Now, instead of just 5 people connecting with the economics around this, they get to split the economics overall, right? They get to split and co-sponsor. And this co-sponsor revenue share allows us to split the revenue share between the entire party and all the trees. How co-sponsor revenue sharing works from an economics perspective is that in this case, Fiona, let's call Fiona sponsor A and Kevin sponsor B and their entire networks, right? So sponsor A gets 45% of the revenue share, sponsor B gets 45% of the revenue share, and Real, in this case, to build and manage this entire infrastructure for the years to come, gets 10% of the revenue share to support this entire network. It is an amazing way for us to actually build and grow a co-sponsor network, which does not exist anywhere in the real estate industry, that allows people to actually multiply and multiply their support system and have evergreen impact in growing their network. This goes to the very heart of saying, help us build a great company together today so that our company can take care of your family tomorrow. This is one of the 8 ways to make money at Real, where the revenue share component is based on math, so everyone benefits from it. Second, there's co-sponsoring, where you get multiple support system of networks, and it makes it evergreen. So it doesn't have to be an early opportunity anymore. You can utilize this to connect multiple networks, multiple trees, multiple people, and multiple support systems to actually help build and grow your legacy. introducing co-sponsor revenue share was a big decision for Real, because it showed our commitment to not choosing growth and growth alone at any cost over culture, because we know that when you can combine growth and culture together, we get to be great partners for the many years to come.